Iraq isn't something you have when your ear hurts. It's a kingdom in southwestern Asia. The capital of Iraq is Baghdad. The capital punishment is spanking, or at least it was back in the days of the Arabian Nights.
Watch closely, offenders and unbelievers. I will perform for you the magic rope trick.
The faker pointed to a basket filled with frayed hemp and... The offendees, and those who tried hard not to offend, gaped in wonder as the rope coiled its way up into the air.
I will now ascend the rope.
Hand over hand, up he went, higher and higher, until he was parallel with a window in a minaret.
Just a moment, you. You got license to ascend magic rope?
I look in pocket and see.
Ah, the price of forgetfulness. The poor man had no pockets, no license, and no grip on the rope. The faker was dragged before the Sultan.
You heard what the narrator, Edward Everett Horton, say in the beginning of story. Capital punishment is spanking. Give him 40 whacks.
The punishment was meted out, and although it may seem tame to some, there were others who insisted that the Sultan went too far.
You got license to eat broken glass?
Hey, you soldier, you got license to ask for license?
Everybody got spanked at least once a week. In fact, once a year on Spanky McFarlane Day, it was considered poor taste if one didn't get spanked.
I got happy kingdom. Everyone gets spanked but me, and that's because I am the Sultan.
That's what he thought. You see, a recent earthquake had toppled a small building in the city, and all that remained was a huge square boulder. Atop of this boulder sat a set of false teeth, and carved in the rock were the words, "He who wears these dentures is the rightful ruler of Baghdad."
Who do you suppose wrote that?
A guy named Dr. Beecham?
It didn't matter who wrote it. The important thing was that someone had to be found who could wear the teeth.
I got first crack at it.
But you already got mouthful of teeth.
A minor detail.
The palace was 4 stories high, so was the Sultan, else he wouldn't have had nerve enough to jump off.
Well, Sultan, you're going to be all right. You lose every tooth in your head, but you're going to be all right.
As soon as he was well enough to walk, the Sultan appeared before the boulder.
Everybody look. I will put these false teeth in my mouth, and I will be rightful ruler, which I am anyway.
But it wasn't meant to be, for the teeth snapped and bit his finger.
Yow!
When the word spread that Baghdad was now Sultanless, every Baghdadian applied for the job. According to the medical reports, there were 50,000 broken fingers that day. Lawyers could no longer point an accusing finger, secretaries couldn't dial phones, but the worst part of all was that no one sat on the throne.
Oh, Grand Vizier, the city is being taken over by mob rule.
How do you know?
Because I am one of the mob.
Baghdad might have fallen just as Rome did, except for one thing. A cow, plodding, gentle creature that she is, walked up to the boulder, took the false teeth, and put them in her mouth.
That's the rightful ruler of Baghdad.
It was written, and so it was. Order was restored in the city, and before long, the new Sultan was dispensing justice far and wide.
Go ahead, Grand Vizier. Ask the Sultan about the Crimean situation.
The Sultan refuses to talk. All she gives is a quart of milk.
Well, she got to say something, or else she ain't no Sultan.
Sultan, who killed Cock Robin? See, she don't say nothing.
I got good idea. Let's get rid of her.
Wait, we give last chance. Sultan, women in east side of Baghdad refuse to wear gunny sacks. What should they wear?
Let's jump him.
No, look. Sultan is about to speak.
Moo, moo.
Thus it was that the women on the east side started wearing muumuus. They were happy, the Grand Vizier was happy, and the Sultan was happy. Life in Baghdad went along swimmingly. And then, on a fateful day in October...
What is it, Halloween?
It's the Phoenicians, Grand Vizier. They are attacking us.
Yes, and at that very moment the Phoenician army was swarming over the city walls.
They will make a final assault in a second. Quick, Sultan, do something.
Yes, tell them what Sherman said about war.
The Phoenician commanders had heard about the cow who ruled Baghdad, and they stood patiently waiting for her to speak.
Moo.
That word moo again. Only this time it proved the cow's undoing, for moo in Phoenician means drop dead. This so infuriated the invaders that they launched a dreadful assault. one that overran Baghdad in 10 seconds. A new sultan, or rather the old one, was put back on the throne, and Baghdad was forced to pay an enormous tribute to our conquerors. As for the poor cow, she was so frightened that she never spoke again. This, of course, made the sultan very happy, and he treated the cow royally.
She's the only female around here who keeps her mouth shut.
Which, of course, proves the old Baghdad proverb. No moose is good moose. Many years ago, there was a particularly good year for fairy tales. It was the year that Prince Charming put the glass slipper on Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty was awakened with a kiss, a frog was turned into a prince, and Rumpelstiltskin didn't get the kid. Fairy godmothers were everywhere and times were good. Everybody was healthy, wealthy, and happy. That is, everybody but a young lad named Delicia, who was miserable because none of these wonderful things had ever happened to him.
I mean, what good could happen to a kid named Delicia?
He tried as hard as he knew how to become a fairy tale, but nothing seemed to work. Finding a deep well in a forest glade, he tossed in a penny and called out in a loud, clear voice,
Hello down there! Are you a magic wishing type well?
No!
I was afraid of that. Can I have my penny back?
No!
I was afraid of that, too.
Then, in hopes of finding a magic mirror, he used his last cent to buy every mirror in town.
Now hear this. Any one of you who's a magic mirror, signify by saying I.
One mirror sang 3 choruses of Whistle While You Work, and 2 others said poems, but not one said I. Delicia had failed again. It was quite discouraging, but as he walked down a lonely road, he saw something that made his eyes glisten with excitement.
It must be a magic sword. With this, I can slay a dragon, become famous, and win a princess.
He hurried off, and in a short time, he found a huge, vicious dragon.
Say, he is a beauty.
The lad bravely charged the dragon, swinging and slashing the mighty sword, but he was unable to lay a blade on the beast. The dragon, in complete control of the situation from the start, breathed fire on him. Then kicked him so hard that he landed in a heap.
Oh, so here it is.
Oh, so here, what is?
The sword. I dropped the sword on my way to the museum.
Museum?
Yeah, this sword is quite an oddity. It's the only sword in the kingdom that isn't magic.
Oh, I hate people who are late with explanations.
Defeated and heading for home, Delicia had completely given up when he chanced to meet a little man in a tub. Now, ordinarily, this wouldn't be too unusual, but this little man in the tub happened to be rowing down the middle of the road.
Hold on there. What are you doing?
I'm rowing my tub, and I don't mind telling you, sir, the going is mighty tough.
Oh, I believe it. Perhaps if you put the tub in the water, it would be easier.
The lad took him to the nearby river, where the little man found that he could row around with ease.
You've certainly been kind to me, Delicia.
How do you know my name?
Oh, just a lucky guess. So I will be kind to you. Follow that path, and you will find a beautiful girl who will be your wife.
The boy did, and just as the little man in the tub had said, he saw a beautiful young girl picking up sticks.
Pardon, fair maiden, but why are you picking up sticks?
You know the poem 1, 2, button your shoe, 3, 4, shut the door.
Oh, yes, 5, 6, pick up sticks. What about it?
Pick up sticks is all I know of it, so. Pick up sticks, pick up sticks, pick up... By the way, do you want to get married?
It had worked out just as the little man in the tub had said, and they were married.
Come in, dear. This is your new home.
Here we come, my love.
We?
Mother has to come live with us.
Well, don't just stand there, stupid. Get your apron on. You got work to do.
From that moment on, Delicia did the cooking, the dishes, swept the floors, and made the beds. But one day, on his coffee break, he hurried down to the river. He found the little man in the tub and told him of his plight.
Mother-in-law's pretty mean, huh?
Yes. I think she used to teach ogres to fight dirty.
Perhaps if you were rich, she'd go easier on you.
Rich? Well, how am I going to get rich?
Easy. Take this sack of genuine gold.
98 cents! I'm rich. I'm well-to-do.
I was wondering when you were going to pay the rent. Now lift those bed sheets, tote that pail. Get a little lazy and you'll land in jail.
Unable to stand it another minute, Alicia ran back to the little man in the tub.
Oh, it's no use. I'll never have a happy ending with my mother-in-law in the house.
Oh, yes, you will, boy. Look here at the evening paper.
Ogre on the loose. He is purple with green spots and... What's this got to do with me?
Go on home and you'll see that everything is going to turn out just fine.
When he reached his house, he found...
Something terrible has happened. An ogre came in and dragged Mother off to his cave. What are you going to do?
Nothing. I mean, the ogre got himself into that fix. Now let him get out of it.
And so they both lived happily ever after, which is more that can be said for the ogre.
Clean up this cave. What's the matter with you? Get those roots and bones out of here.
Please don't beat this old purple body. Don't hit me.
Once upon a time, which is always a nice way to start a fairy tale, there was a great white castle in which lived a powerful duke who was a very proud man. He was proud because he was tall and straight and handsome and brave, but he was proudest of all when he took off his hat, for he had a huge head of bushy, flaming red hair not to be equaled by anyone in the kingdom.
Oh, I love my red hair. It gives me fire.
He would comb it 100 strokes every day.
1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4.
It was his habit upon arising each morning to go to his mirror, which, by the way, was a magic mirror, admire his flaming locks, then...
Mirror, mirror, hanging there, tell me who has the reddest hair.
Violets are blue, roses are red, but it's only your dome that is redder than red.
This went on day after day, year after year, and the mirror always answered the same. That is, until one morning...
Mirror, mirror, hanging there, tell me who has the reddest hair.
Your hair is red, that's very true, but the girl who spins has hair redder than you.
Who?
Girl who spins.
Redder than me?
Makes you look like a bleached blonde, booby.
Shocked and horrified, the Duke ran to his address book.
G. Girl who spins. 728, small house in the forest.
Armed with the address, the Duke mounted his fastest horse and galloped off into the forest at top speed. When he arrived, he saw that what the mirror had said was true, for there, at a spinning wheel, sat a lovely young girl that had long, blazing red hair that hung down to her, hips.
My, but that's red. I say, what is your name, fair maiden?
My hair is red as fire and my skin is white as cream, so my name is Red White.
Hair's red, all right. Rinse job?
No, natural.
Well, I'm terribly sorry, but you'll have to dye it black.
Oh, I can't.
Why not?
I'm waiting for my true love, and he will only know me by my red hair. My fairy godmother told me so.
Now, see here. I happen to be a powerful duck.
That's Duke.
Oh, thank you. And you'd better dye your hair black, or you're going to find yourself in big trouble.
With that, the Duke turned and galloped away. Not as fast as he had arrived, however, for he had forgotten his horse. The poor girl was frightened, and as she sat weeping, her fairy godmother appeared.
Oh, there, honey. Now, don't blubber.
But if I dye my hair, my true love won't know me. And if I don't, I'll get into big trouble.
You just leave it red, dearie. I can handle that duck.
That's Duke.
Oh, yes.
The following morning...
Mirror, mirror, hanging there, tell me now who has the reddest hair.
Red, white, like I said. Weren't you listening?
Nose is bad enough, but you didn't even bother to make a rhyme out of it.
Furious, the Duke wasted no time.
You must dye your hair black within 24 hours, or you will go to the pokey. Now, good day.
Godmother!
Oh, here I am, honey. Don't come unglued. Take these nettles that grow beside the road and put them in your spinning wheel. Every day you spin nettles, that Duke will lose 32 hairs.
Doing as she was told, Red White took the nettles and set herself to spinning. The very next day, the Duke was combing his hair the usual 100 strokes when...
1 potato, 2 potatoes, 3 potatoes, 4, 5 potatoes, 6 potatoes... Hey, what's this? My comb, it's full of hair. Mirror, mirror, look at this. My beautiful red hair is coming out.
I can see that, Bobby, and you're not rhyming either.
I know, there's no time for that. Tell me what's happening.
Well, you understand, it's like kind of a hex. You know, a fairy tale whammy. Every day that Red White spins nettles, you lose 32 hairs.
The fiend! She's got to be stopped.
Taking a stout rope, the Duke sped to Red White and bound her securely.
There! Oh, I'd like to see you spin nettles with your hands tied, buddy.
But she did. For being a clever girl, Red White managed quite well to spin more nettles with her feet.
29, 30, 31, 32. Oh, she's at it again. Mirror, speak to me. What am I going to do?
I'm rather sorry that you called, for by tomorrow you shall be bald.
Excellent. You're rhyming again.
I know, makes it more like a fairy tale.
And just as the mirror had said, by the following day, every last red hair on the Duke's head was gone.
You can stop spinning now, kid. You win. And I might add, I'm very unhappy about the whole thing.
Well, I'm unhappy, too. Even though I've kept my red hair, my true love has not come for me.
Gee, that's tough. Well, so long.
Wait! It seems as though I've made a slight mistake. The Duck here...
That's Duke.
Yes, the Duke here. He's your true love.
Me?
Him?
Darling.
Sweetie!
It's too bad I didn't figure that out till he lost his hair, but that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes.
And so, as you knew they would...
They lived happily ever after. Hey, Bobby, what rhymes with after?
There once lived an old man who had nothing to do. It wasn't that he was a loafer, for he had a job at which he had worked for years. He was a clockmaker. The trouble was that clocks hadn't been invented yet. Therefore, none of the clever little clocks that he had made worked. And making clocks that don't work is really nothing to do. Oh, he was very lonely. But one day something happened that was to change all this. He was in the woods gathering nuts for the winter when he chanced to see a box that was partially hidden behind a large tree.
A box. I will take it home and make a clock that doesn't work out of it.
But as he came around the tree, he suddenly stopped short. His eyes widened with surprise. The box had something in it.
Who are you?
I'm a baby who's been left here in the woods by my wicked stepmother.
Baby? How old are you?
16.
That's pretty old to be a baby.
But the old man's heart went out to the young girl. He picked up the box and carried her home to raise as his own daughter. No longer lonely, the old man was happy for the first time in years.
Oh, Cutie Lou!
He called her Cutie Lou, which was kind of cute.
Cutie Lou, it was exactly 1 year ago today that I found you in that box.
Yes, and you made a beautiful clock that doesn't work out of it.
This is your birthday, and I'm going out to find you a gift.
Bidding the girl farewell, the old man set off into the forest. He traveled deep into the wilderness and soon came to a soft wooded glade. There he found some beautiful flowers of solid gold.
Ah, these cute golden flowers will be just the thing for Cutie's cute little hair.
He'd only picked one of the tiny flowers when, with a mighty roar, a great beast suddenly jumped from a nearby thicket.
Roar! You were picking my flowers. For that, I'm going to eat you.
But I only picked one.
So? I'll only eat you once.
Oh, terrified beyond words, the old man pleaded for his life.
Please chase me. Claw me up a little bit where the scars won't show, but don't eat me.
Cease! Your cries for mercy fall on deaf ears.
I'll give you a present. How about a clock that doesn't work?
What else have you got?
Nothing. The only thing I value in my life is my cute little daughter.
This caused the beast to stop and think. for he was unhappy as beasts go, and the fact that the old man had a cutie for a daughter brought a plan to his mind.
Listen, terrified old man, I'll tell you what I'm going to do for you.
A short time later, the beast gave the old man his freedom, and he wasted no time in racing for home. When he arrived, his daughter met him at the door.
Father, you're home. Do you have a surprise for me?
I sure do.
What is it?
I gave you to a beast.
I see ya.
Wait, where are you going?
To find a box. I'm going out in the woods and abandon myself again.
But the old man quickly explained that the situation was not quite as bad as it looked. It seemed that the beast didn't really believe that he was a beast at all. He had heard a story about another beast who, when kissed by a beauty, was changed into a handsome prince who had been bewitched.
And so the beast figures that if it worked with a beauty, it ought to work with a cutie. Logical?
Could be. If he's really a handsome prince, we could get married and live happily ever after. In a castle yet. I'll do it.
And following the old man's directions, Cutie soon found the forest glade where she found the beast anxiously waiting.
Ah, fair cutie. I thought you'd never get here.
Sheesh. It's hard to believe that somewhere under all that hair there's a handsome prince. Well, let's get it over with.
Going to the beast, Cutie kissed him on the cheek to break the spell.
And that's strange. I don't hear bells or nothing like that. How do I look?
Ooh, horrible. Nothing happened. Maybe I kissed the wrong cheek.
And turning to the other cheek, Cutie tried again.
Something?
Nothing.
I can't understand it. The kiss should have worked.
Oh, it's no use. If you're ever going to change back into a prince, we're going to have some help.
And going into the kingdom, Cutie took the beast to a wise man.
Now, just how long have you had this feeling that you're a bewitched beast?
Well, it started when I was a little monster, only about 5 years old.
Then, 7 hours later...
Madam, I wish to announce that he is cured.
You mean he's a handsome prince now?
No, but he thinks he is.
Alas, fair maiden, it is I, Prince Charming.
Oh, knock it off. I wanted you to be a prince so we could live happily ever after.
Me too. But I do want to thank you for all your trouble. Farewell.
And with that, the beast kissed her hand. And, in a blinding flash, Cutie turned into a beast.
Well, how do you like that? I'm the one who was bewitched. I was a girl beast all the time.
And so, as usually is the case, it was a happy ending. They were married, and as far as anyone knows, are still living a beastly happy existence to this very day.